In 2007, Nokia was untouchable. It controlled more than 40% of the global mobile phone market. At its peak, Nokia sold more phones than its two closest competitors combined. Every second, somewhere in the world, someone bought a Nokia. For millions of people, a mobile phone was a Nokia. The brand symbolized reliability, innovation, and global dominance. And yet, within just a few years, it was gone. Not because of one bad product, not because of a lack of talent, not because people stopped trusting the brand, but because of a single strategic decision worth £10 billion. A decision meant to secure Nokia's future. Instead, it accelerated its collapse. This is not just the story of a company that failed. It's a warning about what happens when success blinds leadership, and when safety feels more comfortable than innovation. Nokia's story didn't begin in technology. It began in 1865 as a paper mill in Finland. Over the next century, the company evolved from paper to rubber to cables to electronics. By the 1990s, Nokia had found its calling: mobile phones. As mobile networks expanded globally, Nokia moved faster than almost anyone else. Its phones were durable, affordable, and easy to use. They worked anywhere, they lasted forever, and people trusted them. By the early 2000s, Nokia wasn't just a phone company, it was a national symbol. In Finland, Nokia accounted for a significant share of the country's GDP. Inside the company, confidence was high, perhaps too high. The early 2000s were Nokia's golden age. New models launched constantly. Each one sold in the millions. Executives believed they had cracked the formula: strong hardware, efficient manufacturing, and massive global distribution. Software was seen as secondary. After all, customers weren't asking for apps. They wanted reliability, and Nokia delivered that better than anyone. But while Nokia focused on perfecting what already worked, the market was quietly changing. Phones were no longer just communication tools, they were becoming platforms. By the mid-2000s, consumer behavior was evolving. People wanted more than calls and texts. They wanted email, music, internet access, personalization. This shift required a new way of thinking. Not hardware first, software first. Nokia saw this change, but underestimated its speed and importance. Internally, teams were divided. Multiple operating systems competed inside the company. Decision-making slowed, and leadership struggled to commit to a single vision. Then, in 2007, everything changed. When Apple launched the iPhone, it wasn't just a new phone. It was a redefinition of what a phone could be. A full touchscreen, a real web browser, an app ecosystem. Nokia executives reportedly dismissed it at first. The phone was expensive, battery life was poor, there was no physical keyboard. From a hardware perspective, Nokia believed it could compete, but they misunderstood the real threat. The iPhone wasn't about specs, it was about experience. Faced with Apple and the rapid rise of Android, Nokia had a choice: invest heavily in building a modern internal software platform, or partner with an established player. Leadership chose the safer option, a partnership with Microsoft. Over £10 billion was committed to adopting Windows Phone as Nokia's primary operating system. On paper, it made sense. Microsoft was powerful, Windows was familiar, the deal reduced short-term risk, but strategically, it was fatal. Windows Phone lagged behind in apps, developers stayed away, consumers followed ecosystems, not brands, and Nokia lost control of its own future. As competitors moved faster, Nokia slowed down. Product launches were delayed, Software updates fell behind. By the time Nokia released competitive smartphones, the market had already chosen sides. Apple and Android dominated. By 2010, Nokia's market share collapsed. Revenue declined sharply. Thousands of employees were laid off. Factories closed. Morale dropped. In 2014, Nokia sold its mobile phone business to Microsoft. A company that once defined the industry had exited it entirely. Nokia didn't fail because it lacked technology. It failed because of leadership decisions. Because success created complacency. Because internal politics slowed innovation. Because short-term safety was prioritized over long-term vision. And because the company underestimated how quickly consumer expectations could change. Nokia wasn't out-innovated, it was out-adapted. The story of Nokia carries a powerful lesson. Market leadership is temporary. Past success does not protect future relevance. In fast-moving industries, standing still is the most dangerous moment for any company, is when everything seems to be working. So here's the real question. If you were in Nokia's boardroom, would you have chosen safety, or would you have risked everything to reinvent the company? Put your answers in the comments.